This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Now at 6, people who live in Belleville are still recovering after severe flash flooding wrecked their neighborhoods last month. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brent Solomon. An airman at Scott Air Force Base and his family are some of those still trying to recover. Our Travis Cummings shows us how people from all directions are now lifting the burden.
All I could think of is how beautiful it is to have a shining lamplight in the middle of a swimming pool.
That photo Martin Schelling shows me is the front of his home in Belleville, actually.
The 16th of July will probably be always etched in my mind. I was traveling.
The longtime U.S. Air Force civilian's wife called to tell him torrential rain poured down in their neighborhood in Belleville. In just hours, more than 5 inches.
My basement, or the crawl space, was completely filled with water. My garage was filled with debris. I had vehicles that had been exposed to the water.
18 days ago, this part of Marty's home was unrecognizable, but the people you see working in this room today, colleagues, neighbors, church members, they're the ones restoring his family's faith.
Marty's in our eldership training process. He's a leader within our church. He's someone that people can look to and count on. His wife serves, his daughter and son-in-law serve in different ministries.
But in this stressful situation, people Schelling is familiar with and strangers are stepping in to serve him.
You know, it was an easy call to make.
Regular people putting their skills to work, drilling in drywall to rebuild the foundation.
New insulation, new vapor barrier in it just to keep moisture out as things were gutted.
Hour by hour, help continues to pour in.
Do y'all have lunch figured out for your workers?
It's a powerful sight after a powerful storm.
It restores this sense of faith that you have in people.
It's an amazing tragedy that has turned out to be a surprise blessing.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
And Schelling says he couldn't buy insurance for his home because the property isn't near a floodplain, although it sits right along a creek. Neighbors there have donated some $18,000 to help. Breaking now at 6, a St. Louis school board member is calling on the board president and vice president to resign. Emily Hubbard shared on Facebook, quote, "Their illegitimate, reactionary, overreaching leadership of the district must end." Both the board president and vice president reacted, saying they are focusing on the upcoming school year. We will update you on air and online as we learn more. This comes on the heels of Superintendent Keisha Scarlett being placed on temporary leave. Now the St. Louis mayor is calling for an audit of the district. She's calling into question top-level hires Superintendent Scarlett brought in from Washington State. That's where she worked before coming to St. Louis. One of those hires is the woman now tasked with overseeing the district, Millicent Bourchade, who we confirmed received a vote of no confidence by a teachers union in Washington. We caught up with an education consultant who's closely following this.
But whenever you have someone who has come in, who is a close associate of the superintendent, and they've come in, they're always under suspicion that did they really get the job based on their merits, or did they get the job based on their relationship with the leader? And that's why I personally never hired anyone who had worked with me before, because I didn't want them always facing the questioning of their abilities.
The mayor is concerned about the district's spending, especially since she says pay raises that were promised to teachers in the district have been put on hold. The first day of school for SLPS is August 19th. Well, we're just days away from the Missouri primary. Tuesday, you will decide who will advance to the November general election. Republican Blaine Luetkemeyer is leaving Congress at the end of the year, leaving an opening for the 3rd congressional district in Missouri. Now, 2 candidates vying for the job spoke with political editor Mark Maxwell.
You got a handful of people in Congress who all they want to do is vote no on everything, run out in front of the Capitol, take a selfie, get on the Sunday morning shows, talk about how important they are, and that's the difference between me and my opponent. I want to get things fixed. I don't want to go there just to be a name.
I'm the only candidate endorsed in my race by President Trump, by Missouri Right to Life, by National Right to Life, by other conservative leaders like Ted Cruz and Byron Donalds. I am the conservative in my race.
The record airs at a different time this week. You can hear those full interviews tomorrow at 5:30 in the morning, right before our Olympic coverage. Ahead of the Missouri primary, we've put together a voter guide just for you. Text the word guide to 314-425-5355.
This Paris weather update is sponsored by BJC Healthcare. You deserve extraordinary care.
Been pretty hot there, and there's been some rain here off and on the last few days, which has impacted the games at times. Not so much right now. The next 24 hours, cloudy tomorrow, cooler, but it's a brief break before it gets kind of hot again, honestly, as temperatures work their way back up into the mid to upper 80s, and not only Monday, but Tuesday as well. So if you'll remember last week, we talked about how they were going to be hot as well as us being hot. Similar, but we're actually going to be warmer than them. Again, no surprise. How hot it gets, but why it feels different than the last kind of heat wave and excessive heat warnings we had in place coming up shortly.
And take a look at the Olympics lineup coming up tonight in prime time. Starting at 7 right here on 5 on your side, men's swimming, the final in the 100-meter butterfly. Then you can watch track and field and gymnastics. Stick around after the Olympics for 5 on your side at 10. You can stay up to date on the latest from the Olympic Games when you text the word Paris to 314-425-5355. We'll send you a link. Getting ready for the return to the classroom, the back-to-school events happening all across our area. And it's been the ongoing hot topic in St. Louis, violent crime. Homicides, armed robberies, and violence dominating the headlines. A nationwide crime report is out, and 5 on your side's Robert Townsend is delving into the numbers and asking the city's top cop and mayor to weigh in. Check out his in-depth report, Is Crime Really Down in St. Louis? That's tonight on 5 on your side at 10 after the Olympics.